Shalom, everyone. Hi, today is another beautiful day, and I figured I'd make a video. Springtime is here, finally. So there's a lot of things to be done. Get ready for the growing season, and, just a whole bunch of other plans that we have to do. So I made like a to-do list, and I'm just gonna take you guys on I guess on the journey or whatever, and just record everything that I need to get done on this to-do list. Maybe it'll provide some interesting content. Maybe someone will learn something, or it's just whatever, Elohim willing, that all of this gets completed in the time frame that it needs to be completed. But, if it doesn't get completed, we have to remember that when we're not, of this world anymore, we're in it, but not of it. When things don't go when they're supposed to go or how they're supposed to go, you don't really care too much whether something goes or doesn't go, because obviously, more than likely, if it doesn't happen, more than likely the Father didn't will it to happen or didn't want it, or so I'm just gonna trust him, and whatever gets completed, whatever doesn't. But yeah, I'll take you guys on this trip. Alrighty. Well, this is the beautiful to-do list. Don't mind the spelling, because there might be some misspelled words in here. I think I might be partially dyslexic, but whatever. Alright, so let's see. Priorities on the right. So planting trays we did yesterday. I made a video on it. I'm gonna post it. It'll be posted before this one. So there's clean pool barn, organized tool room, clean the chicken and duck coops, get the hives ready before May 1st, clean tarps by the pond. We had a whole bunch of tarps over by the pond because when we were digging it, we laid down tarp to think, we thought that maybe it was going to help, retain the water level up higher, but then we discovered that in a sandy area like this, there's just a water table, and that's just, we're not going to get any higher than that. It just rises, lowers whenever the water table does. So, those tarps just ended up getting taken out, and then they just stayed there. So now it's time to just kind of scrape it all out, clean it up. And then we got to do the fence, the pasture. We got to redo it, organize them, maybe make more sections. We had a little bit of an issue towards the end of the season, with our power, and the electricity just wasn't hitting on the wire. So we got to just check that out, redo it, make it function right. I gotta service and clean the excavator. Gotta do those things. I got to pull the cage. We have a handmade cage that my dad built. We usually put all of our little chickens, once we get them, the boilers and the egg chickens and the geese, we're gonna put them in a container, or in that cage, with heat lamps and stuff. So they'll be there for a couple weeks or whatever. Prune trees. My dad already pruned most of the fruit trees, but it looks like I'm just gonna double check them and make sure that they're all right. Not that he doesn't know what he's doing. It's just, I don't know if he missed any or anything like that, so I'll just double check them. We got, plant in the greenhouse. I'm planning on doing that today, and it might be in this video. Let's see, we got a manure spread manure on the pasture. We're either gonna buy a manure spreader or rent one. We'll see how it works out for us. Let's see. We got to seed the pasture. We got to seed the chicken coop areas. I have to do the back of the greenhouse. I want to put growing beds back there. So that's got to get cleaned up, organized, fill the beds, all that stuff. We got to make a duck coop over by the pond and fence in the pond area. I think, and then like, just things that need to get done, but they're not important. If they don't get done, they don't get done. But it would be good to get it done, like once, you know, cause it's mostly, well, like do service on the D130 mower, which is that one. And then I have to service, the other one right there. So we got to do that. My neighbor, you know, I am just truly blessed, and I thank Yahweh for giving me such amazing neighbors. And I have a neighbor that actually has a whole property full of pine trees, that he wants to thin out. And, we've been, you know, I talked to him, and he wants me to thin it out for him. And so it looks like I'm going to be building a cabin, in the backyard over here, out of pine. It's not the most ideal wood because it rots, but as long as it stays dry, it should be able to last a very long time. I'll just, you know, go through the proper procedures and stuff then, as we go and build it. But that's a little year, you know, maybe a year or two down the road, because I have to cut the trees down and get them to dry, you know, so once they cure, then we'll be able to do that. So, and then my other neighbor, Jim, he has a whole bunch of trees, which we'll cut down for firewood, and he also said that we could transplant some trees that he has on his property. So he has like pine, he has oak, all that, red oak, cherry. So it'd be cool to grab some little trees and transplant them all over the property, because we want a little bit more trees on our property. So and then I gotta, you know, work on my ATV, clean it up, all that stuff. And then I got a bumper I need to repair. My brother's bumper, just to maybe see if I could sell it. Maybe make a little extra cash. Other than that, yeah, I think that about covers it. I'm probably going to be adding onto the list, maybe taking stuff off. I don't think I'm going to take stuff off, because this is kind of stuff that really needs to get done. And then after that, we'll see from there. Like I said, I'm not, you know, I'm not going to worry, because, you know, Scripture definitely says not to worry, because all worry leads to evil. So I'm not going to worry about any of it. It's just go day by day whenever I have time to do it, and take you guys along, you know, this whole journey with me. This interesting journey. It ain't anything special. So, you know, if you don't want to watch, you know, it's okay. I'm just doing this just because I'm starting to really enjoy this kind of video making, and, you know, documentation, and, you know, being able to have this to look back at, you know, a few years down the road, to watch a couple of these videos and see how, you know, my kids are growing and how much they've grown, and it's just going to be an awesome memory. So I want to thank you for watching, and I think this will just be the video, and then I'll just do another video on all of the other to-do lists to do. Yeah, praise Yahweh, Elohim. Thank you so much for watching, and may Yahweh bless you and yours. Take care, bye.